Welcome to Pretty Conspiracy, and this is Kay. And I wanted to talk about Gayle King because it seems like everybody's been talking about her in the interview she gave with Lisa Leslie for CBS News. Now, the thing about this particular story is we all know Gayle King. She's been around forever. She's associated with Oprah. That's one of her dear friends. And she has this history or this pattern of talking mostly about so that is factual. I don't want to say she denigrates black men, but she goes in on them, particularly with the R. Kelly story that was over sensationalized, and we know that's been going on for decades with R. Kelly. But to just put all the focus on light on him or Bill Cosby, and not focus on the hundreds of other men who are predators in the entertainment industry is it is jarring, as she had said in her her apology video. But the thing is, um, others have spoken out against Gayle King, and it got a little bit um, serious because Oprah says now Gayle King is receiving death threats and she's fearful. Now, I do believe she is receiving death threats only because of the sensitivity of this situation. Because you're talking about Kobe Bryant, who has only passed away 2 weeks ago. So it's very new, it's very fresh. So people are very emotional still. They're still in shock. They're still trying to process what happened and come to terms with his death. So it's very new. And I think that's the one reason I would say Gayle King was out of pocket on this issue. Not necessarily that she brought it up. Now, I think if she had waited down the line, maybe 6, 7 months towards the end of the year, and she did this interview or she brought up this subject, it may have not hit so hard because some time would have passed. But to do this interview within a week span of a man who just passed away, and the thing about Kobe Bryant is Kobe is not here any longer. He's deceased, so he's not here to defend himself. Bill Cosby's still alive. R. Kelly's still alive. For now, they are still alive, so they can't actually defend themselves. And Kobe doesn't have that, and he has others who are going to defend him. Who has his back. So that's the difference between Kobe Bryant and the others. And this is very new. His death is recent, very recent, and it's very fresh, and um, it's very hurtful and tragic the way in which he passed away. It wasn't, a natural cause. It was a very tragic accident and plane crash, which could have been something. May or may not been an accident. We'll get into that too, because you know me. I'm the pretty conspiracist. Um, and so I understand Snoop Dogg's, I think it was Lil Bootsy and 50 Cent and others who kind of went in on her because they were emotional, because it just happened. His death is very fresh and it's hurtful and it's devastating to a lot of people. So you have to be very sensitive to those type of things. And I think one of the things that I don't know, because I'm not a big Snoop Dogg fan, but his rebuttal video on Instagram. I just watched it, and he said that he's very nonviolent. And he said that he was just speaking from the heart. And he said those who don't have a heart would not understand that. And that was very powerful. I mean, I'm not a Snoop Dogg fan. I don't advocate him. You know, I know his history as well. But that was very powerful statement. Like, I was like taken aback. I was like, wait, what? Like, he said, I only said what I said, speaking from the heart. And those who don't have a heart would not understand that. So that was very, very, very touching, to say the least. But that's my take on it. Like, you can believe what you want to believe about Kobe Bryant. There's like people in the conscious community, the woke people, quote unquote, the pro-blacks or whatever, and they're going in on the fact that he had a non-black wife, and he never gave to the black community, and you know, that could be said for a lot of entertainers and a lot of athletes, you know, and so um, to just put that all on Kobe Bryant is unfair. You know, he was what he was. Now, will I go in on somebody for talking smack about Kobe Bryant? I personally won't, because I didn't personally know Kobe Bryant. Like Lisa Leslie, that she knew him personally, and I think Snoop Dogg knew him, and all of these other people did. But is he a part of nostalgia for me? Yeah, because I watched him get picked out of high school. You know, I watched him his entire career. So, and I love basketball. And one of the reasons I loved the Lakers for so long was because of Kobe Bryant. Um, I wasn't. I was just a fan of him as a player. You know, but I don't worship anybody. I don't idolize anybody. So, for me, death is always put in perspective. That these are not gods. They're not demigods. They're not immortal. You know, and they're not above reproach. Nobody's perfect, so everybody's been flawed, and you know, everybody's got those skeletons in the closet, even if they're not talked about or if they're not ever revealed. But I think the thing about it is the sensitivity of that issue and the topic is that Gayle King, you know, she shouldn't be threatened, she shouldn't be called names or anything like that. She should have just realized the timing was wrong. The timing was so wrong. You know, she could have held out on that for 6, 7 months. You know, he hasn't even been buried yet. They haven't had the memorial service yet. So it's just the timing's wrong. And this is very fresh, it's very new, and it's very hurtful for a lot of people. And it's very devastating for a lot of people. Even for me, when I first found out, it was very shocking. But I don't look at life and death the same way as most people. I put everything in perspective, and that's why I'm a very deep thinker. And so I wanted to put my little 2 cents on that issue. I will be having some more videos about Kobe, because I wanted to go a little deeper into why I don't think this is necessarily an accident. But like I said, I'm the pretty conspiracy theorist, so I'm always gonna have my own little theory on things. But hope you liked the video, and if you do, you're always welcome to like it, subscribe, drop a comment. You know, let me know how I'm doing. Talk to you later.